feel like I have a whole new face at 52 years old because I kind of quit social media or quit YouTube just temporarily for a couple months. Sometimes I do this every year. I take like 2 or 3 months off. You know, you just need a break. You need a vacation. Since I kind of quit social media, being an influencer, quit YouTube for a couple months, I noticed something changed in my skin. Now this is what my skin looked like, I don't know, what, 6, 7 years ago, and even a little bit before that it was even worse. My hyperpigmentation and melasma was just so dark, but my melasma, I still have it there. You can probably see some of the melasma still here, and I have some of it here, and then I always have the melasma here because I wear hats constantly, and hats can create that friction, produce heat, and melasma hates heat. But just the overall health of my skin has improved. My skin's not perfect, but for me right now, this is the best my skin has ever been at 52 years old. Now I know it looks like I'm greasy or something, but this is not grease. This is dry. Look, my finger is totally dry. I don't know if you can see, there's nothing on my finger. So what I've really noticed in the past couple months of sort of quitting YouTube and not testing out a bunch of different products, keeping it simple and using really potent ingredients and what I know works. One product that I was super consistent with, other than sunscreen obviously, is this product. I've shared this before ever since it came out, what, a year or 2 years ago. I have used it, but I didn't use it every single day, morning and evening, until the past couple months. This is by Medik8. This is their OxyR Peptides. This is their OxyR Resveratrol Serum. This is, I think, the highest strength of Oxy Resveratrol you can get on the market. Now that I've consistently used it for a good 2 to 3 months, morning and evening, I am absolutely blown away. And all I have on my skin today is just this product and a moisturizing sunscreen. That's it. In the evening, I just cleanse my face, double cleanse usually. I use this, and then I can put on my retinol and a moisturizer. So if you already have a skincare routine that you already love, you don't have to change up your whole skincare routine or stop using other products if you incorporate something like this in your routine. One thing I like about this, there's only, I think, 14 or 15 ingredients in this. So many other serums that help with, you know, texture, brightening, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, giving you that glow to your skin. So many of those serums have like 30, 40, 50 ingredients in them. And while I'm sure that's okay, I like products that are really potent, that work really well, that don't have a ton of ingredients in them. And the majority of the ingredients that are in here are really intense, potent ingredients that make a huge difference in brightening the skin and help to fade dark spots. In fact, I think on their website, they have some pretty impressive before and after photos. And in this one photo, I think this was after just 7 days, and I'm drinking this little concoction. Actually, I'll share with you at the very end of this video the concoction of what I'm drinking if you're interested. But look at the before and after photos. I mean, I think that those are quite impressive. This comes with 2 of these in the box when you get it. And do you see how this one is sealed? When I first got it, I was like, okay, let's break them both open, and I messed it up. Don't do what I did and bust them both open. Use this one up first, and then when it's gone, save the little dropper thingy, and then you're going to bust the second one open. As you can see when you take the lid off, they put the Oxy Resveratrol in a sealed little container at the top versus having it mix with the rest of the ingredients. So that this way, when you bust it open and mix the contents, you are going to have the strongest, most potent serum. It basically just feels like you're putting water on your skin. It is not greasy, it's not sticky, it's not tacky. A lot of the reviews that I read on this, people were blown away. A lot of people bought it for hyperpigmentation, and then they realized, oh my gosh, my skin is super glowy and glass-like, also because that texture was virtually not visible anymore. So not only has this really made a difference in brightening up my complexion, this has given my skin such a gorgeous glass skin glow appearance. This has an ingredient called Oxy Resveratrol, and so I'm sure many of you have heard of resveratrol, but from what I read, Oxy Resveratrol is much more potent. I think I read, I don't know, 150 times more potent or something like that than regular resveratrol. What's quite impressive about this is the studies did show that this started brightening the skin, I think, in 7 days, and then within maybe 2 weeks, people started noticing their dark spots were fading. And for me, I think using it consistently for a good 2 months, that's when I really was like, Wow, what a major difference. The oxyresveratrol is really good at helping to brighten the skin, and it also has an ingredient in it that will help prevent that pigment. That pigment takes time for those melanosomes to push that pigment to the surface of our skin. So sometimes if we lay out, we might think, oh my gosh, I have a beautiful tan. And then 30, 40, 50 days later, we're like, oh my goodness, what are all these spots? That's because it takes time for that extra pigment to push its way to the surface. And then of course, as we age, like I said, I'm 52 years old, our skin cells, they don't shed, they don't renew themselves as quickly as they did when we were young. So then we have to use other ingredients to help kind of shed off that dead skin and that excess pigment that's pushed to the surface. So if you look in the mirror and you see texture, or you feel like your skin looks super dull, maybe your dark spots are just kind of all over, and you're on the hunt for the most full coverage foundation to hide everything, and I get it, because that's what I used to do back when my skin looked like this. I mean, the fuller coverage, the better, and I probably was looking like a cake face out there, and it was obvious that I was trying to hide my skin. But now at this age, I don't want to hide my skin. I'm okay with not having perfect skin. My skin is better now than it was when I was in my 20s. I hope this video was helpful. And again, if you feel like you're not enjoying social media, take a break. Do what I did. Just quit. Quit social media for a couple months, 3 months, whatever it takes. And maybe do a little test like I did. Don't use a ton of different skincare products. Just use 2 or 3 skincare products. Stick to a really strict routine and see what your skin does. You know, we don't have to have a 30-step skincare routine to have great skin. This is not sponsored, nothing like that. I've never done a sponsored video or a paid partnership, but I do use affiliate links. You don't have to use them if you don't want. Just Google products that I talk about if you're interested. I also have a discount code for this if that helps out. But again, don't ever feel pressure to use my codes or my links. If you do, thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, let me just share with you really quickly what I'm drinking. This is just this new little concoction that I saw this dietitian talk about. So I don't know if you guys drink apple cider vinegar. I used to back in the day, but I was doing it all wrong because I was just like taking a swig of it, and that's terrible for your teeth. But I've been gaining weight. I can talk about that in another video. I'm sure it's mostly hormonal, but you know, whatever, it's not the end of the world. I guess that extra fat helps my cheeks to stay nice and plump. These are not fillers. This is fat in my cheeks. I've always had big cheeks even when I was super skinny. But anyways, it's just literally 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Use whatever brand you like. And then some ice. And then I use a can of this Buble, is that what it's called, Buble? But it's gotta be cherry. If you've ever been to Sonic and had their cherry limeades, oh my gosh, I used to drink those all the time, but they're just so full of sugar. Sugar it's super inflammatory. So if you have melasma and things like that, you know, maybe keep the inflammation in your whole body overall down. And just some frozen cherries. I think these are frozen tart cherries just because it makes them look pretty. This is not a healthy drink or anything. It's just something I enjoy. But this is the Buble. It has to be the cherry if you love cherry limeade. I tried it with this one, the Polar. It's okay, the cherry one, but my favorite is the Buble, and that's all it is. Just a teaspoon. If you do too much of apple cider vinegar, it's gross. But they say it's supposed to help with weight loss or help break down the food that you eat. But I'll talk about this more in another video because I'm not like a fitness health food channel. But I do like following different scientists and nutritionists and just trying different little things that I would enjoy that potentially could help with digestion and things. But this to me is a treat. This just feels like I'm drinking a cherry limeade.